get you started. We going to the ceiling, all the way to the top, all the way to the top. Don't worry about the uncomfortable times, it's part of the course.
Very bad, boys. Very bad.
No way. No way. What is this garbage?
Fearless, heart of a light.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the ongoing dump stream, major dump stream for crypto. Metals drawn down, stocks wiping away evaporating gains that we had earlier, all gone. So it's power hour, last 30 minutes or 60 minutes, sorry, before the closing bell on Wall Street, and maybe we'll catch some redemption here. But as I'm speaking to you, pretty much Bitcoin is at its lowest price since April, and at extremely important levels. To lose these levels could be catastrophic due to the fact there's just no liquidity below these supports to way lower, and we'll look into those levels since it is now appropriate to talk about them, because you might be losing support. So let's get into it. Happy Monday. Look how close we are. Even a Paradox sub, dude. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate it, dude. Out the gate. Let's go, dude. Supporting the community, man. Supporting the stream. Very grateful. Okay, so am I going to DJ or am I going to trade, dude? Oh, I'm just going to cover these markets, man. Like, that's not what you want. You know, there's the door. But, yeah, I mean, times to make money, times not to lose money, certainly. I think we would be in the latter category, where all summer we've been in the category of making money, wonderful setups, reasonable prices, and now the trend, you know, was confirmed, virtually reversed with this second peak here in October, but really that November 3rd and 4th candle all but did it. Yesterday, or this weekend, over the weekend, we got a death cross, first one since April. It doesn't mean too much just because it's a lagging indicator, and the last time we had a death cross on the Bitcoin chart, 3 days later the bottom came in. You know, you saw a bottom. So really, but I mean, this time it might be different due to the fact that we had all that weekly bearish divergence. We lost the 200-week simple moving average. It's fugly, man. I mean, this is it. This is your last line before you looking at staring in the face of $76,000. You gotta hold 90K, chat. You have to. Well, I gotta turn on my stream mode. 1 second. Stream mode. All right, we're good. So yeah, it's a very somber situation here. As you know, the levels from November of last year all the way really through February, it became a base of support, and now it's going to be tested again. It's being tested again as I'm speaking to you. So maybe they hold it. Maybe we get a relief rally here. This is it, man. You better get a relief rally here, or it's way lower. I mean, this is what happened when they lost support, even in February, that in intra week, you know, went to 78K. Then the next week had to draw down the same levels for a test. And you virtually hit like the next support levels at the lowest point in April, first week of April. So yeah, what I'm talking about, the characteristic that's different than the other times is, you know, we've been in a multi-year uptrend on Bitcoin, no denying it, right? And anytime the 50-week moving average was tested, defended, and subsequently ran to the next highs, and did it again. So you did it in August of last year, September last year, April this year, and now completely broken. And like, what makes it such a crappy situation is just this the ongoing divergence. You had a high, a higher high, a slightly higher high, lower levels. And now look, Bitcoin on the weekly, the relative strength index falling into the bearish control zone, and currently at its lowest level since January of 2023. So multi-year lows on relative strength on the weekly in the bearish control zone. Not great, man. I mean, that's just a bad spot to be in. And then the negative momentum has now, as of this week, as of in the past less than 24 hours, achieved a level not seen since June of 2021. Wow. Momentum-driven asset, and you're looking at the highest level of negative momentum, again, in years. 4 years or so. Yikes, man. So nothing good on that time scale. Just, again, you can look above my head. You can see on the 4 hour. I've kind of extended out the gray zone a little bit. I could extend it here. It's just like, because you have just wickage everywhere. I just have the candle close, the wick low. But then they took it a little lower, you can see. Back last year, you see this scam wick low. Then it flipped to resistance. I mean, the top end, it was perfect. So it's literally just like this kind of rather large zone like that. To lose that, incredibly bad. I mean, could just be exactly like we saw it happen in February, the price action. Now, they did rally. This was a Trump pump and dump. They made millions of dollars, and they bearish back tested, and then we ran to the lowest point of the downtrend, or the correction, you'd call it. So you better hope, man, this holds. I can't even imagine what will happen to altcoins if Bitcoin loses this level fast. You would think, hey, some bids would kind of come in, man, right here, right? They got to, because, I mean, that's the next support. To lose it for real and to collapse, because that's what happens when you lose support. If they did collapse it here, we would call that capitulation. So you don't want to see some capitulation come in now. All right, that's Bitcoin, man. All kinds of bad today. You thought maybe we'd catch some sort of relief rally. No, you didn't. Nothing did, really. Everything started out okay this morning at the opening bell, and then just everything wiped out.
I used to love Bitcoin. It was digital gold. This last year has showed me that's not the case. It's frustrating that everything, no matter what it is, moves up and now together. Doesn't matter if it's gold, stocks, or bonds. Gah. Market fatigue, I guess.
Anonymous, hold on a sec. You said it's not digital gold. Well, remember what original gold did for many, many years? I mean, look at the accumulation schematic on gold. A 2,300-day large nothing burger forever. You can't even fathom. I mean, that's like a huge part of your life from 2013, 2019 on gold, real gold, before it went on a run. And then, even after it had its first markup, it then had a buying climax. It did not continue on to much higher levels for 1,300 days. So it is better than gold. Because, wow, yes, it's down on the year now. Bitcoin year to date is down. But go back a couple more months, and it's still substantially higher. Remember, let's just say like 1 year ago, Bitcoin was in the 60s, high 50s. So year over year, what's the date? November 17th. Well, we're getting there, man. The pump already started. Shoot, dude. The pump had started, but a week ago it had not, right? So we're in this weird spot of the catalyst. Let's just say, right? You know what, man? Never mind, because 2 weeks ago, a year ago, the run happened. So, yeah, okay. We are kind of screwed year over year and year to date right now because of the sell-off in the past week or so. But yeah, again, making the point that gold is way worse because it did the worst things possible. I mean, we're talking 1 year of no gains. You're talking about gold 6 to 7 years of nothing. And then a rally, and then another like 2 years of nothing, or a year, or whatever. I think it was more than a year. No, it was 1,300 days. My God, it was multiple years of nothing before the big run happened. So I don't even want to hear it, man. It's still better than gold. Okay? It's just people got this recency bias of gold being on this crazy run, but it's like, where were you when it was not running like that? It was a joke, kind of. Because guess what? During those periods, Bitcoin was having insane gains, insane runs. All right. Thanks again for 420 ain't on, but we got to be like, we got to be relative here, and we got to be fair. Got to be fair. can't be every year we have insane gains. But Michael Saylor, 20% a year on average, but this is going to hurt the average a little bit if we don't start rallying. So if we break, my God, if we break the support, chat, it's just, you got to target for the mid to high 70s, because straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up and down and up. I mean, there's just nothing here. That's the problem. Okay, we can move to one notable event that has occurred just in the past, I don't know, 2 hours max, maybe an hour and a half. We have something good that happened, that has to happen. Bitcoin futures, CME futures, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the gap officially has filled from April 23rd. So I mean, that's great, man, right? That's
Hype in the chat!
We did it, man. We did it. Fill the gap. Is there another gap below us? Nah, we're good. We're safe. No gaps at all. That was the last one. There was an unfilled gap in the 96s. Filled that last week. Or, no, I'm sorry. We filled that yesterday. Today, filling the last of them. So, support here. There's a gap fill, but momentum, my God, is in the hands of the sellers like crazy. That was confirmed up here. Right? Remember the head and shoulders? Guess what? Head and shoulders structure. We're at the measured move, if not breaking it. That would be the neckline, probably. Yeah, I think so. Oh, never. Yeah, we're almost to the measured move, chat. That's 90,300 on futures. Well, about $1,000 away from the measured move of the structure that developed from September all the way to late October, going into November. Began to resolve when the new month of November began. It's been number go down. Isn't there an unfilled gap at 109? 109. Excuse me. No. Unfilled gap. No, I mean there could be an argument that maybe there is an unfilled gap above us at 116.9. That'll fill one day, chat. You're gonna get a full-on gap fill at 117, but who knows when it will be. But at least we got that going for us, which is nice. People would argue that it did fill, not officially, not where the candle close was from October 10th. No, very close, but I don't think so. Okay, that's something to look forward to way down the road. Whenever structures develop that would indicate the trends reversing, momentum shifting into the hands of the buyers, because it's not even close right now. Did we get a death cross here? Not yet. Still got a ways to go. Testament to weekend price action killing Bitcoin. All right, cool. Let's move on to the next large crypto that we all know, Ethereum, where I thought, man, maybe this is a level where they might do it, and they didn't. They didn't. The harmonic optimum price on this, we looked at Solana, which was at the hop. The hop here is like 2,800. Yeah, currently right around your lowest price since July. Not as big of a deal as Bitcoin, but we discussed yesterday the context is so much different. This is garbage, like all time since 2021, nothing. At least Bitcoins continue to make all-time highs. Unlike this, so you're just at a major level. I mean, 2,900 on deck. You don't hold 2,900. I mean, you could be completely done. I mean, you lose 2,900. It's a straight line to 2,400. That makes all the sense in the world. If Bitcoin was not able, if the buyers were unable to come in here right where we are and defend this level, if Bitcoin's going into the 70s, low 80s, easy to, do the math and think about Ethereum where it's going to be. It's going to be down way lower too, just like all the alts. So, kind of looking at it maybe as a wedge, trying to have some optimism on a little relief rally, just a lower high rally in a bear market, but hasn't been reliable yet. So we'll just keep monitoring it. Very bad. Again, multi-month lows on Ethereum. Okay, XRP, nasty, dude, real nasty. We had a death cross on this already. The death cross occurred at the beginning of the month. Shoot, dude, like 10 days ago. 9 days ago, XRP had a formal daily death cross. My God, you look at the 50-day simple moving average, and you can see the weakness where the buyers were unable to even test that moving average. We know they couldn't test the 200. They couldn't test the key support resistances. We knew they were putting in a lower high, but dang, man, even more terrible to see them not even be able to test the 50-day simple moving average. So, Yikes, man. I mean, if all stayed the same or lower on a XRP right now in 3 hours 41 minutes, you're going for the lowest daily candle close since June 26th. And, you know, finally starting to accelerate again after stalling after hitting that target 1, waiting on target 2, 190 to 196. That's it, man. Just wait. Either you're short on this and you're waiting to take some profit at 190, 196, or you're cash laden and you're waiting for structures to develop that are favorable that would indicate the trend is reversing or that people are accumulating or momentum is shifting down here. That's it. Those are the only two things to do on XRP. Like, there's no bullish argument right now. Even if it rallied, it would be random. It wouldn't make sense. There's no support here. There never has been. They're pushing it back into the bearish control zone on the daily. Gross. Very gross. In the 30s, man. Lots. I mean, and tons of downside before it becomes oversold. So think about that. If Bitcoin, you know, look what they're doing. Like, right, this is a level where certainly some bids might exist here, even if it's temporary, even if it's only for a little while. This is exactly where you would think there would be some price action. Okay, so that's how close we are to nothing. They're taking it to the threshold before literally nothing. Hope they hold, man. That's all I can say. I hope it holds. We're in Power Hour, man. I don't even think I played the Power Hour, dude.
It's time for Power Hour.
All right, let's go to BNB, down 3%. You know, it's trying to lose that August 23rd high. I think you'd just be targeting for 860 at this point. Pretty simple, one at a time. 860, you lose 860. The 200's right there, 836. You lose that zone. I mean, you're probably coming down to 795 again. You can see the trend, the momentum shifted, right? You confirmed the top. Then you made a lower low than the previous low. Then you made lower highs than the previous highs. Then it's like, oh, your evidence of trend reversals here. You're down trending. So you just kind of stick with that. Yeah, you lost the 50. Probably going to visit the 200 soon. All right. This one had been better than the rest. You know why? Because he's the one. I mean, this is the exchange that killed crypto, chat. Remember, they're the ones that liquidated everybody, pulled down the rake, sailed off into the sunset. So who gives a crap what this asset does now? All right, XRP, Solana. My God, talk about a harmonic optimum price. You're at it. You're at the hop, man. You're at the threshold of viability of this wave structure, where this wave structure was discussed when the price was up here. It was like, oh boy, you better not. 1618. Now it's the 192, and the 192 is confluent with the support looking left. But and again, right, this is exactly just like on Bitcoin. This is exactly where above my head, where maybe there would be some bids, some liquidity, something, dude, some scalpers trying to make some money, just a little bounce, man. Well, Solana's now in that exact its own respective situation over here, same as Bitcoin. You're at a point where it's like, this is where the bids have come in before. It better hold. But what's an impending death cross, by the way, you can see the 50 and the 200 there. But we looked at this yesterday. I kind of like shocked myself when we looked at the monthly. And remember, this is probably the most disgusting thing you'll see in crypto right now. This asset is down over 30% in 2 weeks. Remember, this is a major market cap crypto, down over 30% in 2 weeks. And now approaching a neckline of a colossal sized potential head and shoulders. I mean, how large? 600 plus day large potential head and shoulders. So gross, man. If you lose this neckline, it's over. It's a $60 target on Solana. So we're not acting like we know if the level will hold again. But we're just identifying structures that have been studied, researched for a very long time. It's very discernible here. And I'm just saying, like, if you're a Solana bro, you better take out some loans to try to defend this support, because if they lose it, it's going to be it's a real breakdown. It's going to be a quick ride down How much downside potential below that neckline? Like 51% downside. So I'm just saying, I don't even care what the daily's doing because this is such a scary structure on the monthly. I'm just like, nope. Nope. But the problem is, right? Say the daily, like, Bitcoin's gonna bounce, dude. Look, dude. Oh, look, they're bouncing at a level where it might bounce. Wow, I'm so surprised. They could do that on Solana here, and most likely, because the dire situation of the trend, they could take this thing up all the, oh my god, dude, 163, we're gonna, and that's probably where it'll peak out at. And they'll come for a retest, and then, you know, Bitcoin does the same thing, you know, makes a lower high and draws down again. I mean, it could end up like that. So, yeah, this is exactly where little bitty rallies, relief rallies can come into play due to the fact that the selling pressure has just been incessant for a while now. So, the whole month, 2 weeks. So those are your big cryptos, man. But like, it doesn't, you know, that's not just it, man. There are more cryptos out there, you know, and we're gonna look at the stock market too. We gotta look at the Mag 7s that were doing so well, and then they weren't. Let's look at Cardano. Beautiful on Cardano. If you were short, this was a target. They did it, man. They friggin' did it. 46 cents. Every time we look at Cardano, this has been on deck, right? Since here, beautiful bearish price action of key level, confirming it. Even locally, it was a no-brainer, and now it's at the next support. And if you lose that, if you lose 46, it's 41, then it's 37. The downtrend for the whole year 2025 conceptualized. So great to see, man. I love that. That's like, if it didn't do this, it would have been weird because your trend was bearish price action at key levels. It was marking down. And you're just waiting at that point for the next supports to get hit. They've officially hit one. Cardano is trading at its lowest price since November of 2024, the election. Still holding on to some election gains, right? You'd have to go down to 32 cents to lose the entirety of the election pump. The pump and bleed, you could call it. Yeah, so lots of cryptos out there, man. Most are doing terrible today. And that's kind of the story. Let's look at total market cap. Remember, there was nothing good about total. It looked terrible. Their bear pole, bear flag played out beautifully. I mean, like, you can't even make up how perfect that bear pole, bear flag was. Test the 200 as resistance, but not enough demand to go test the key horizontal line support resistance from 2024, late 2024, early 2025. They couldn't do it, man. Bearish engulfing follow through, broke the flag, and just continued down. Currently trading the whole total market cap, trading its lowest level since June of this year, which isn't like the worst thing in the world, but you're just soon approaching a key support zone that goes back to 2021. I mean, how pathetic is that, right? I mean, if you get back down to 2.93 trillion, it's like, hey, you say you bought the top of the crypto market in 2021, you made no money, right? The whole, like, how many days? How many days is that, man? Excuse me. 1,474 days. You've made like 1% from the previous cycle top to now. Gross, man. Yeah, oscillators look bad. I mean, the RSI, there's not even a chance of bullish divergence. You're currently trading at the lowest relative strength reading since March. You're soon to be oversold for the first time since February. Yeah, you're just in a bad spot, man, on total market cap. Support soon. So that means a little bit more downside on total market cap before you hit this inflection zone. So it's like about 2% all the way to 5.5% downside. Dude, you're getting a Dell. Yeah, we can look at that. In Sikora, thank you so much, dude. In 20, sorry if I said your name wrong. My bad, dude. But we'll certainly look at Dell. All right, so those are your cryptos, the crypto update. Let's go to the futures, the SPA, the US futures. And this is the problem, right? We're talking about potentially they could be trying to put in the highest low, but if they start marking this down tomorrow, said last night, we might be completely screwed. So this idea is no longer really in play until we get positive price action. And right, like the idea is completely invalid below 66.44. So getting worried now because you have the key characteristic that hasn't happened all summer into fall, which was a lower high. And I liked that they bounced it because then there was the argument of one low, a second low. They could be putting in, confirming the highest low we've ever seen. But today's price action is pretty bad. I mean, that's like there's not even an argument right now until we start seeing green candles at this level again. So you got to pray for tomorrow, man. Better pray that a huge engulfing candle occurs or a hammer or something, because now you're just starting to get into a territory of, all right, you might be ready to go test 6,500 if that sustains. So big yikes, man. And then, you know, you had it on, it was on all of them, right? You had the argument, like it was holding support on Friday, and then today, now it's like you have no argument. You have no more argument for, I mean, like again, tomorrow, say tomorrow, a miracle candle comes in. You might be okay. But that right there, you're going for the lowest daily candle close since October 17th. So 1 month lows on Dow Jones. You're losing the demand line of this channel. There's no real support at all until 45,200. So, yeah, down 1.37%. And again, going for the lowest close since 1 month ago. And that's a problem, right? A high, a local slightly higher high. You had bearish divergence here on just the MACD, not the RSI, but pretty bad, man. Okay. I hope you're having a good Monday outside of the price of assets. That it's kind of a market-wide problem. Market-wide sell-off. I mean, even the metals, dude. Not really a safe haven. Outside of some outliers. Okay, so we can look at the NASDAQ futures. Not great, man. Even adjusting that demand line for the September and October low, you know, there was maybe a chance, right? 1 and 2, they could have been confirming a bottom. The high is low, but nah, not this. Now this candle is like pretty much confirming the demand line's now a supply line. Going for the lowest daily candle close since October. 1 month lows on the NASDAQ futures.
Don't worry. The next halving is in 874 days. Just wait it out. Go life.
Is that a joint? Thanks so much for the 428 on. Dang, 874. That's a long time, man. Well, hopefully we'll be here to cover it all. We've covered 2 halvenings with y'all. I want to cover 3, so do what I can. But yeah, just, you know, now you have like the data. You saw the NASDAQ 100 hit the golden mean ratio, the 1.618. No other index fund did that. For anchoring from the old all-time high from February to the April crash low. You got it. And then an attempted rally, they just kind of fizzled out. And that's a problem. You know, that's an issue. So sometimes you can make lower highs, like they did that right here. They made like, oh no, a lower high, and they started rolling over a little. They say, oh, that could be up, but then they put in that confirmation low, right? You see, same little candle we got on Friday, and that's where the rally should occur. So now all of a sudden, unless you start getting green candles in the next few days, you might be screwed. I mean, you could very well be in trouble here technically. So the lower highs come in, but locally they defend and we run higher to eventually make a higher high, and that has, you're not catching those bids like you did in September yet. Hopefully you do, but what a ride it's been, man. I mean, my God, you got to make money when you can, because eventually all trends break, all supports break at some point, and you go into correction mode. So, all right, and then we look at the small caps that you can imagine got hit pretty hard today, losing supports, Losing demand line, losing horizontal line support resistance from 2021. That's not good, man. That's bad. That's like, there could be a lot of downside, at least to the 200 moving average, 2200, but then 2150 looking left. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people could say, all right, maybe 2300 could be a candidate area, resistance. It might be support, 2300. If not, then 22 and then 2150. So yeah, you just, nice rally just to make a slightly higher high than the high from December, and now you're trading. I mean, think about that, dude. Small caps are down nearly 6% year over year. Wow. Gross. Kidding me, man? Holding this index fund for literally 365 days, you're down 6%. What? We had all these bubbles, right? I mean, good God, the quantum bubble, the gold silver miner bubble, gold and silver themselves. Big tech been running like crazy, all these semiconductors, and then you got this. Like, what? Awful. Sorry, I haven't even really looked at chat. I've been trying to go, man. Yeah, Matt Cotton. Isn't that crazy, dude? Like, isn't that crazy, right? I come here to just try to help, you know, and just assess the psychology of buyers and sellers with swing highs and lows and trend reversals and all that. And like people, yeah, like that. And then like they would never show up today. They'd be like, you know what, man? I was, I was wrong, dude. And like they're talking crap to a guy who doesn't even act like he knows. I don't even act like I know what's coming next. I just call price action as I see it and how it correlates to key levels. If there are no structures that give us an edge. Yeah, Tom Lee, dude. Turning into Tom Ree. Yeah, dude. So like, I mean, let's just real quick. I mean, I know people in here are probably interested in MicroStrategy. What's been going on? Michael Saylor bought like another like $800 million worth of Bitcoin today or something crazy. He did it again, man. And MicroStrategy trading at its lowest level since like my birthday, since October 17th of last year. It's actually lost the peak from March of 2024. And so you're just waiting on a 174, 178. Like you're almost there, dude. Might as well just go test it and see. But this has been disgusting, right? I mean, brutal. And what's so cool about this? What's so cool about this is it's literally identical to what happened last cycle. We did an in-depth analysis on this long before the top too, but we did do it after the blow-off top for MicroStrategy in November of last year. And we discussed like Bitcoin continued to run. It did. MicroStrategy never recovered. 65K Bitcoin an all-time high, and then 69K the last part of the cycle. It didn't even come close to testing that blow-off top before it then did what? Oh, lost that May 2021 low and went way lower. And that's where you pretty much are right now. You know, you lost this low and you're just going lower now. So, I mean, I'm wondering, you know, you lose 174, maybe we just Fibonacci from that lowest point to, God, the highest point, the 886, 154, but there's no support there. So, I don't know, man, like low hundreds. We'll see what happens at 174. We'll see if a structure develops. You know, if they did something like this, then maybe something's going on, you know. Like, I might be okay if they do that. If they do that, hey, man, we might be in great shape here. Deep value, good structure, good price action correlation to a real level. Hey, man, I might be down, but that might be till April 2026 before that all paints out. Good luck, though. I mean, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying we would want that to happen if we ever wanted to be able to strategize an optimum entry, stop loss, and take profits. Yeah, so good luck, dude. You can't do crap when it's impulsing like this. There's no edge. You're just trying to catch a falling knife, they call it. Anyway, so MicroStrategy, dude, look at like Mara. This thing got obliterated. It's down 53% in 33 days. They upthrusted, false breakout of the inflection zone, $21, and just been crashing like no one's business. So Bitcoin miners, remember, it was a good little run, and then it's done. Okay, let's QBTS, how's it doing today? Down 4 point. This is another bubble, right? The dead cat bounce. And it's been rolling over, unwinding still. Kind of bearish inside barring today. I think you still got to go test 20 bucks. Quantum, man. And then, yeah, I mean, just a lot of the small caps and these newer assets, new technology, new emerging technologies that are going to change the world, like nanonuclear, like portable nuclear reactors, and ACHR, which are like eVault, like, you know, vertical flying machines and stuff like that. Those are all unwinding, man. ACHR, remember that was the old legendary trade, and it was the best we've ever seen probably. And look at it now. I mean, going for the lowest daily candle close since April 23rd. Good news, I guess, it's filling a gap. I guess they already filled the gap technically on the 7th of November, but yeah, dude, just how crazy is it, right? That this trade setup concluded in 6 weeks. I think the end was 10 bucks. And yeah, it's overshot that $10 level a lot. But if you think about it, it was never a sustained price action above target 3. And look at it now. Like, if you held and you didn't take profit, I mean, it literally hit 10 bucks and reversed at target 3 on like Thanksgiving or the day after, whatever. And now it's like way below target 3. Just kind of insane to think about. Same with Baba. Baba hit target 4. And anyway, let's look at gold and silver that, you know, just aren't doing well today. So I got some alerts here. Yeah, man. You don't know if it's it. It looks like it's over, right? It looks like they've dead cat bounced it, kind of. It looks like they're, you know, completing a C wave, maybe. You don't know, though. Like, because they could pivot this at 4K and it starts running tomorrow. You have no idea. But, yeah, it is kind of somber. I mean, 3 days now. Not a big deal. I don't know. I think above 3,900, you're probably fine. You lose that, that's when a huge markdown is going to occur. So, yeah, down 1.43%, though. I mean, this largest market cap asset in the world. It takes a lot of selling to dump it this much. Dang, dude, it's friggin' Vincent, man.
At Vincent LeChapelle 7432 super chatted $71.27. Hi, Mitch. Can you look at GT Weekly?
Good year. You want to see some good year? Oh my God, sorry. Way too loud. Hype in the chat! I gotta turn that down. Hold on one second, dude. Let me turn on the Leroy Jenkins. I just blew your eardrums out. If I did that, I'm sorry. Hold on. It's not even loud, dude. Really? That's like at 11% audio levels. It's crazy. Silver drawn down, but again, I mean, people look. It's a double top, and before, you know, it just does this, makes a higher low, and runs again, and then another higher low, and puts in an ascending triangle. You just don't know. It looks like a potential double top right now, of course, but it's not a confirmed double top till they take out 45, 46. So we'll see. You know, not great the past few days. They did confirm that top for now, but remember, where is it testing? It's testing this old all-time high from 2011, right there. That's where you're at. You're trading right at it. I hope they hold it, but we'll see. They don't have to hold it. They could take it to the highest weekly daily candle close ever from 2011 at 47.93. They could take it there. Again, a higher low, ascending triangle could develop. You just don't know right now. But yeah, so far, confirmed top, $54 is a big sell wall for now. Can't hear music? It's because the music stopped. So yeah, your ears are doing well there. The set ended. Okay. Just throw on another set. You should barely be able to hear the music, right? I mean, like, the audio levels between the music and my voice should be crazy different. Like, I should be extremely loud. Can we get an audio check? I don't even ask because I just assumed. All right, so yep, what a run, but we could be beginning a consolidation phase on silver now, and it could last a while, even before we go to 60, just because a huge markup like this. Audio good. All right. So let's see here. Wow, wheat futures. Wheat futures, chat. Highest price since July. Turning things around. I'm wondering, man, is it going to be turned around? Breaking above the 200 moving average. Multi-month highs. Soybeans are killing it, dude. Soybeans, highest price seen since June 2024, over 1 year highs. Going for a gap fill. Probably at 1185. That's a big support resistance, man. That's probably where they're going to test that. Good stuff, man. It was all happening near an 886 too. Rare earth, strategic metals up today, 2.59%. Not stopping yet. Corn futures up 1%. Let's go corn, baby. I could imagine looking at all this. I could certainly imagine looking at this, that the AW1, it's not even, it's down. Wow. The AW1, that if you know, this is the Bloomberg Commodity Futures Index futures. They broke it out. The neckline is confirmed broken out as of last week. There's a gap here, but I think it's down, probably because it's weighted down by gold and silver and oil a little bit, maybe. I don't know. You got like natural gas is down 5+%. That's probably a contributing factor to this aggregate being down today, but still broken out on the weekly. It's magnificent. It's kind of an piece of artwork that you never see. It's like, hey man, James Webb Telescope, you're looking out there for all the quasars and the celestial entities that could be identified or observed, and this is one where you say, my God, dude, print this one out and put it on the wall, you know, put it in the museum of something the James Webb Telescope found. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I was just looking at a couple of commodities. We looked at the big gainers. So let's go to the Mag 7 now. How they doing, man? The market drivers, you know, we got Nvidia reported earnings on Wednesday. Shoot, dude, you know what? That's a good question. Someone asked. They asked, can we look at XAU paired against Bitcoin? And it's like, yeah, man, we can do that. It's already doing the thing, man. You don't want to see this. This is gold paired against Bitcoin, and it's perfect. The spring back test, bro, no way. Yep. The back test of spring identified in August. A supply line broken. They jumped across a creek, if you will. They back tested that creek as support, and now you're running, currently trading at your highest level on the weekly since October of last year. 13-month highs on gold paired against Bitcoin. Not great, man. Not great. I mean, upside, you still have more upside. I mean, at least a 0.04830 up to probably 6 or 0.06 next big resistance. So yeah, I mean, that was a big deal. Don't ignore the spring back test, man. They're very real technical indicators. Good, the volume somehow that came in on the bidding, wild. Highest levels since 2022. Well, okay. So there you go. This is implying maybe that gold will continue to outperform Bitcoin for a little while. Yeah. Okay, so now let's go worst to best, okay? On the Mag 7, worst performer to best. Let's go to Nvidia, down today. Down 2.4%. It was worse earlier, I think, a little bit. Not really. It's up a little bit, but yeah, I mean, they gapped it down, and it's virtually trading where it opened this morning. It's still above 183.40, so that's great. I mean, you're in good shape above 183.40, decent shape above 179. Remember this one low, the second low? Like, it's still valid. They could be trying to put in the highest low we've ever seen with confirmation. Doesn't look like that on the index funds because the overall market's so bad that the candle looks nothing like this. Like, it's a red candle, and it's right at that first low point. It's ugly. Going for like lowest daily candle close in a month on the index funds. But hey, Nvidia still above all key levels right now and still has an argument for a potential confirmation low. Wow, man. All right. It's the worst. That's the worst performer today, and it's not even a big deal. Apple, second worst loser. Second best loser, I guess. Losing the hard line of this channel, going for a test at 260 probably now. You'd imagine. Unfilled gap as well at like 263. All right, go to 263, fill the gap. Go to 260. Go confirm what was once an old all-time high from December last year as support. And at the same time, maybe test that demand line of this channel. So you got a little more downside now. Yep, it happens, man. Still good performer. I mean, like overall, like it's better than Meta. I'll tell you that, man. Holy crap, Meta, Zuckerberg, is in the midst of breaking a key support resistance from October last year, losing the psychological $600 level. It's at $599 right now. Going for that bearish engulfing candle below all. It's like going for some form of confirmation below support, breaking support. There's really not much here. I mean, you could try to say 585, fine. 585 to be nice, because they did, they did reverse here in, December. But if you don't hold that, I mean, I'm thinking a gap fills on deck, right? An unfilled gap on Meta. In fact, there is an unfilled gap at 593 right here. Look, where they on May 9th, traders settled up at 591, and the next day, what happened? Gapped up to 640. So that's unfilled right there, but there's another unfilled gap right here at 549, 550. That could be the target in time. It's a route. This is a certain breakaway gap, meaning it's not going to be filling anytime soon. And you can see the price action after the breakaway gap. It's inverse of what Microsoft did when it had a breakaway gap to the upside. Inverse. Earlier this summer. Okay, chat, see what I'm saying? Like, this is a level, please understand. If they just start losing this level and crashing, that's capitulation, because this is where some bids should be on Bitcoin. This is exactly what price action should occur right where we're at. My God, it'd be a real bad situation to not see any green like we're getting right now. Thank God. But yeah, not great here on Meta. My God, there's tons of downside. Like, let's say it goes for the gap fill. That means Meta has another 8.6% downside. All right, Amazon down 0.86%. Lowest price since October 30th, so lowest price in November. They're testing right at this old overhead resistance from December of last year. They're trying to hold on to it. It's been ugly, man. They gapped it up on earnings, and that was it. It's kind of like the macro took a turn for the worse, really. It was kind of bad timing for a good earnings on Amazon, laying off 30,000 people. So I'm wondering, are they going to fill the gap at 223 now? It all depends if they can hold this 230, 250 level. So, all right. Microsoft down 0.5%. Really not a big deal, man. Like, this is kind of like nothing burger kind of day. That's pretty nice. It's outperforming gold, silver, most of the Mag 7s, most of the market today. Better be grateful for that, because this is a market driver, right? Makes up 7% of the overall S&P 500 and waiting. So good thing that it didn't do much today, because the index funds could be down a lot worse. Because Nvidia is the only, it's Nvidia and Microsoft combined make up 15% of the overall S&P 500. So good thing it's not doing much today. All right, Tesla up 1%, but the kind of disappointing part is, like, Tesla at one point was up like almost 5% on the day. And at one point, the buyers were recapturing this undeniable key level, the old all-time high from November 2021. They were trying to recapture it. Maybe they will in 7 minutes, but for now, all they're doing is confirming what was once resistance back then, flipping to support. It's now flipping back to resistance. And in 7 minutes, if all stays the same or lower, it will be confirmed. Now we're resistance. And you don't want to see stuff like that, because then this stuff can happen after. I just hope that's not the case. But we understand there's an unfilled gap at 368.90. There just is. There's an unfilled gap. Just saying, at 338. You could go fill both those gaps. Go to 338, 342. And still be putting in a major higher low than the previous major higher lows, which is crazy, man. 200-day moving average down there. So I'm not saying I want that to happen. I'm just saying, like, if this actually ends up being real and you catch follow through, we'd be looking at a bearish engulfing candle or something tomorrow. Levels are flipping to resistance, and that's not great. Yikes, man. Chat, are y'all doing okay? I've been just kind of going. I haven't looked at chat at all, just because, like, I don't. If I look at chat, people are like, dude, analyze the markets, analyze the assets. Beef ramen hype? I guess, man. You're new here, Grigos TV. Are you still watching, man? You probably tuned out already. Probably. That happens. New people come in, they go, man. Yeah, NVIDIA earnings Wednesday. Pundy coin. Yeah, dude, Pundy coin. It is a terrible candle on Tesla. Very terrible. Like, to close like this is troublesome. Technical, troublesome event. You don't want this, but it looks like it's going to happen. You got 5 minutes to 2-minute offense chat on Tesla. All right, Google that I had an announcement, right? It was a news. What was the news? It was, I'll tell you real quick. It was Berkshire Hathaway put a $4 billion stake. They disclosed that $4 billion stake in Google. There you have it. That gapped it up. We saw an intraday all-time high. Unbelievable, man. I mean, Jesus chimes warranted for that. Because tell me what Mag 7 is making an all-time high today. None but Google. But as you can see, where it was, it's lost over 3% of its value from that all-time high. Still up 3%. So it was up over 6% at the peak, but now going for a close lower than its open. Ugh, with an unfilled gap below you on like no volume. So that gap could easily fill, right? So they're just testing this 291.65 level and they just can't break it. All right, there's maybe something to that, you know. That is the resistance, 291.65. Oh god, not this again. I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on. Yep, it's doing the thing. Okay, let's see. Yeah, a lot of stuff down today. Dell was requested. It's down 8+%. Yeah, you're getting a Dell. You're getting a Dell after an 88%. Man, God, dude, it was probably perfect. Look, high point to. I don't know, man. I don't know why it does this. It just keeps doing it over and over, and I don't know why. Sometimes it does that. High to low, 88. Jesus, dude. Do you see the 886 here? Do you see it? I'm not even kidding. 88%. That right there. They did 1 and 2. They actually confirmed a top at the level they tend to do it. Pretty wild. And so from there, it's going for its lowest daily candle close since September 10th. Nearing the 200-day moving average, and unfortunately below 131 support resistance. I mean, truly below this level. I mean, 118. You lose 118, your target is going to be like $100. Unfilled gaps. I mean, you do have an unfilled gap. You filled one today, but there's another unfilled gap around 96.64. Shoot, man. Yep, that's your next unfilled gap. There's no structure, right? So you requested this, and like we're looking at it impulsing down after it confirmed a top at the 88% retrace from the old all-time high from May last year. When it's impulsing like that, if there's no structure, there's no strategy. If there's no structure, there's no edge, no potential edge. So you can just do, all I can do is look at candles, look at levels, and say that, yeah, they broke a level. 130, 136 zone, you're below it. And you're just going to pray 118 holds. Because if it doesn't, then you're looking at $100 to a gap fill, $97. So, yikes, man. That's nasty too. No evidence of bullish divergence. And negative momentum's at its highest level literally in history. You've never seen negative momentum this high. That's crazy. Look at that bright red. Every candle. No waning negative momentum. Just non-stop. Look at this RSI. No evidence of divergence here. Just sitting at your lowest relative strength reading since the tariff crash, but substantially higher on price, so that's good. Jeez, what a route so far on Dell. I don't know if there was another request. I think that was the only request, man. Gotta go start my McDonald's shift in a little bit. Anyone gonna visit me at McDonald's, dude? Let's see. Oh, GT. And that was the only request, the last one. Okay, let's look at GT real quick. Knock out these requests. Okay. The Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company. Oh my God, dude. They finally did it. They finally hit the level we've been waiting on forever. Well, I guess I plotted this probably back in November of last year. And it's like, look, man, extend it out. We finally hit the 886. All this time, a year later. It's probably the last time I looked at GT. Jeez, man. Cool thing about this, what I love about it right here, you got insanely real bullish divergence on the weekly time scale. GT, baby. GT impending price action reversal implied on a very significant time scale. I love how it got oversold both times. That's the best. And it nicks over sold, and you look how close you are. This mega, I mean, dude, it's like almost like triple D, not quite triple D, but in terms of the asset trading, close to or at a major reversal point from 1974, 1980, 1990. I mean, look what happened in 03 and 09, and then 2020. Here we are. It's like the GT comet, showing some seller exhaustion on the RSI, a low, a slightly lower low. Down 1.72% today, but my God, man. I mean, you just might be. They could take it down to like $6, you know, between 743 and $6. That might just be a zone to add like just a little bit. But again, you typically want, like, you might, okay, the exhaustion might usher in a relief rally, a reaction of the type 1, and then eventually we might get a type 2 later, like in 2028, bro. Yeah, so I mean, it's like you're sitting and waiting for the type 1 reaction to occur. It hasn't happened yet. So it's still a potential M-shape, potential shark pattern that has not caught its type 1 reaction. But I think due to the bullish divergence on the RSI and that slightly lower low, there's like a bug here. Hold on, dude. What is it doing, man? Just floating along. Yeah, it seems like it's implied that you're going to get that type 1 reaction soon on GT, which means you'll catch some reflexive rally. It might take it to 1168 again. I don't know. But very interesting chart. Yeah, GT. Long time freaking coming, man. Hold on. Very cool. Not much of this out there. What? Bro, it's freaking me out, man. Hold on one sec. Okay. Let's so we got the requests out of the way, right? I just want to knock that out. I mean, HP, Hewlett Packard, man, down 7%. The market is closed, chat. The market has closed. Closing bell occurred. Yeah, HPE. They couldn't break all-time highs. HubSpot, my God, dude, this thing is disgusting. Downtrend. Oh, dude, it's going way lower. 320, maybe even 260. What a trend, man. Look at the test, the 200. It's so gross. Under Armour, remember this thing's dead. It's dead, dude. Dead asset. $4. I guess All-time lows. I don't know. I guess so. There's probably more on the UAA chart, isn't there? Yeah, there's more. So currently, I mean, Under Armour, lowest daily close since July of 2010. 15-year lows on Under Armour today, chat. Wow. Yeah. A lot of assets beaten down pretty hard. Ruru Rimon, things just getting ready to collapse again, probably. Oh my God, dude. They're just, look how close you are to death here on Lululemon. Like, they're just not even buying here. They're just propping it up. September 2018's peak. Look at this, man. Like, they're just, that is terrible. There's no demand on this asset. Like, when they lose this, it's going to crash. Like, I mean, 130 is on deck. Minimum 130. And then 112, then probably the stronger support's going to be like $80. This is in a lot of trouble here, dude. Like, this is the most trouble ever.
Pod Autonomous tipped $25. Tay by Oxel Plaza. Folded hands emoji. Saluting face emoji. Meet you at McDonald's for late shift gotchi buster.
Alright, sounds good, Potato. Thanks for potatoes, dude. Yeah, let's look at it right now. My God, dude. Lululemon's screwed, dude. Ults is probably screwed, too. Ulta might be a short setup. My God. But I know, like, Warren Buffett bought some of this or something. But, yeah, man, they've like, easy to set a stop loss, probably. But, yeah, I mean, it's triple tap. Could be wake up distribution, man. Beginning the phase D. We'll see. Performing a lot better than Lululemon. So the clothing for the hot girl in shambles, but the makeup for the hot girl is just recently made an all-time high in September. Jeez. Okay, what was that one? It was B-Tie. Sure. BioCell Therapeutics. Bro, I think you already know. I think you already know how bad this is. This hit an all-time high in 2020, $1,144. It's currently trading at $1.83. I just look at this and I say, I don't even care, because all it's going to do is eventually put in a lower high and a lower low. It's a casino. It's up 12% today. It'll probably be down 5%, 10% tomorrow. Like, how can you even tell it's up 12% today? It's insane. Like, I don't think this is tradable at all. It doesn't have a million volume, but more importantly, its trend is like rug pull scam. You can't even see the candles. It's, I mean, do what you want, man, but I would never own something like this. But do you think, man? I guess stop loss below 160. You'll probably get stopped out soon, at some point. Yeah. Thank you, dude. Yeah, Thanksgiving gonna be tough for crypto bros, man. And the Larry come latelys, I guess, in the equities market, metals market. But dang, man, you have no one to blame but yourself. Yeah, it's just like there's just nothing, no value. Everything's premium. Everything ran all summer. Like, what do you want? You want Chipotle, dude? You really want Chipotle or something? Go get some Chipotle, because it looks like it's gonna get cheaper at some point. Like, consumer discretionary bubble has concluded. I love how they classic distributioned it. 3 falling peaked it before marking down. So waiting on 26, 27 bucks here. Bad all over the place.
Jelly orb tail on your life depends on it. Which one?
I'm dead, dude. I'm dead either way when I'm trading. Do you understand? It's death, death. Lose, lose. Lose, lose. Probably be tie, though. Because they're on a regulated market where people can get arrested if they do too much fraudulent stuff. So, where Jelly Jelly is no consequences. Oh, that dude, he lives at that address and he rug pulled. No one cares. Everyone knows where he lives. He rug pulled.
CNQ.
Doesn't matter.
Oil should go up with commodities, eh?
I don't know. I went for a walk because the oil chart is so freaking bad, man. We looked at it yesterday and it's just doing the worst thing you could ever dream of. CNQ. 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 You're talking about Canadian Natural Resources Limited. Oh. I mean, my God. It's split, I guess, so all my lines got screwed up. One sec. It's kind of incredible, man. CNQ is a dream right here. Dude, it's so good. Like, it's a valid argument for higher prices until the buyers lose 25 bucks. But wait, the buyers have regarded that level as support again. They've already done that. I mean, it's just you're asking for a markup here. Now you're trading above the 200-day simple moving average. Like, look at all these assets like Bitcoin, Death Cross, you know, like way below the 200 now. Losing its 200-week moving average. Then you got CNQ just perfectly hanging above the 200. And formal backtest. What was once an old all-time high. This is the weekly, about 200-week moving average. Holy crap. I mean, yeah, you're going to have to just, like, keep in mind, all right, we got to respect 35. That was a high, a reversal point in 2022. A long time ago. They're going to go test that. They can break it. You just got to say, all right, all-time highs on deck. 4105. Those are your two targets for now. That's all you can say. You break that, we could reassess. I think what it hit was a 1272 initially. Nah, dude, it exceeded. It went to 144. My God, at the top, it hit a 1618 perfectly. You can't even see it. That's exactly what it hit from that 2008 high to the 2020 lowest low, 1618. So, yeah, 4105 would be a good target. If they ever broke that, you're looking at a $50 psychological target. But my God, it does look good, doesn't it, on the weekly above $25+? Yes. Okay. Dude, Bitcoin's positive, man. That was it, man. Last request, right? Yep. Bad day, man. Consumer discretionary. Shake Shack got murked. Your burgers, man. All your burgers and your burritos. The burrito bros in shambles. How'd McDonald's do? McDonald's just in this, like, world of they can't dump it. It's not allowed to dump, right? Like, they're just not going to. Because Warren Buffett, all the boomers. This is like, the boomers won't let this thing collapse as it should probably, but we know it's like a real estate company too. But I mean, it's like the bear structure developed and like played out to a degree, and then they're still making lower highs, but now they're making higher lows. But they're still making lower highs. It's like probably going to resolve positively.
Can you take
It's
a look
wild.
at PPA? Pennsylvania Power and Light. Please and thank you.
Yeah, we'll look at what was that with the ticker? Yato, thanks so much, dude. PPL? Yeah, PPL. Hey, we got FPL down here. I'm gonna do it right now, man. PPL. Pakistan Petroleum. Just kidding. We can look at, yeah. This one looks like McDonald's a little bit. Wow. Okay. A whole bunch of nothing burger for so long. Wow. I mean, what a run it's been on, though, since October 2023. Yeah, you're up against this old high from 2020. I mean, definitely some bearish divergence going on the RSI and MACD for sure, but trend is so good. I wonder if we could like plot here. I mean, your first target's going to be 40 bucks. Yeah, that definitely would be your target if you were ever able to actually break 3680 C40 from 2016, 2017. That'd be on deck. Nice channel probably. Let's see if we can plot a channel that's worthy of Mordor. My goodness, something like that. Maybe something like this channel. It's a really nice channel. You're at the bottom of it, aren't you? I do like the fact that it's 1 and 2 here, but we'll see. We'll see if it actually holds. But yeah, that's nice. That means like you're kind of in the oversold threshold of the uptrend. So, you know, but the context is also rough because you're up against this big resistance, and I don't think it's quite broken. I mean, it's right there. I mean, you probably wouldn't want to be messing with it below 36 bucks, you know. Probably not. But yeah, so it's like there's zero value because the thing's been on such a run. You're right from your previous discernible swing high, you made a 100% retrace. So that's not, you know, zero value. And how do you manage your risk? The only way to manage your risk in this situation is to just set a stop loss below what is looking like possibly a concluding swing low around 36 bucks, 35.80 or something, 35.90. That's the only way if you were trying to long this right now. But it's not the best setup because I don't think you have an edge per se. Maybe this is a confirmation low right there at the demand line, maybe, but that's all I got. If you are going to run higher, you're looking for $40 to do that overhead resistance. So nice channel though, nice trend. They've been doing things on these electric utilities. Yeah, electricity going nuts. Thanks data centers for AI overlords that are developing. PPL concern that regular ratepayers could be stuck with the bill to build unnecessary power plants and grid infrastructure at a cost of billions of dollars. Yeah. And again, that's definitely going to be because of AI data centers all over. Require so much energy. They see what I'm saying? Scrutiny comes as analysts warn of the risk of an artificial intelligence bubble, investment bubble, this balloon tech stock prices. Yeah. Well, again, we know AI is the future, but we knew in the 1990s that the internet was the future. The smartest people knew. E-commerce, all that online was the future. And guess what? A bubble ensued and ran to a climax, and it popped. And guess what? The NASDAQ did not recover for a decade. It did not achieve the price of the top of the bubble again for 10 plus years. Does that mean that the internet didn't end up becoming the actual future? No. So why could it not be the same situation where we go into an initial AI bubble because we all know it's the future, but AI is not quite there yet to give us the returns we need? And in fact, like the money that, like OpenAI is supposed to have like $1 trillion IPO valuation or something like that, market cap. In order to like make that money back, it would have to make more revenue yearly than all of the Mag 7 combined. It's like not even real. It's like it's impossible. It's not the investments being made. You're never gonna get your return on that because it's so much they're putting into it. So I could see that there's a bubble for AI and then it pops and then like, hey, maybe not. It's different because we started printing money like crazy. We didn't do that in 99, 2000. We didn't turn on the money printer until like after the global financial crisis. So we are in a different market paradigm in terms of quantitative easing and like monetary debasement to maybe make those crashes not as long, not as bad as what we saw in 2000 to 2002. But I'm just saying, like, it's easy to think like, yeah, we're in a bubble and it could keep going to, or it could be ending now. Michael Burry thinks it's ending. Peter Thiel, like these people think it's over. If it is, then it's like, all right. It's not like anyone's wrong about AI being the future. It's just, and then there will be a bubble after AI, and we don't know what it is yet because it's some technology that doesn't exist, right? Okay, I think we got through the requests, all of them. Now, thank God for the whole food stamp thing. Everyone's gonna have to like reapply. There's so much fraud was going on with food stamps. Someone's talking about UBI in the chat, so yeah, you have to reapply now physically if you want your food stamps again, which is gonna cut down on so much fraud. Yeah, I think I read about that somewhere. I went for a walk. They put down way too much fiber optic cable. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, I just went live during Power Hour because at the moment, Bitcoin did see its lowest level since April, since the crash. Hey, it's going, man. Oh God, you're scaring me, Gomi. Why are you saying that, man?
Thank you for education's Mitch weekly triple bottom above demand line, 200 mugs. Dealer's choice, thank you, brother. Much love.
Dang, bro. US dollar to the dominance, man. That chart just been looking too good, right? And now it's going nuts. Oh my God. Yeah, that in the end, that M shape was it, right? It got type 1, type 2, and this in itself was a shark. Good gosh almighty, man. Look at it. What a freaking godlike shark. You can't make it up. 886, 886. Yeah, highest level seen since April. And what were we saying about the weekly? Wow, incredible. Oh my God, it's breaking above the 200-week simple moving average today. Yeah, today, because it's the beginning of the week. 200-week moving average, breaking above the highs from March 31st. Up against it. Soon you'll be testing 6.2%. That's going to be a big deal. That's yeah, a couple candle closes, reversal points, so that's on deck probably. But yeah, they recaptured 5.7%. Good Lord. The uptrend continues. That's not good, is it? You have an all-time uptrend on US dollar tethered dominance. What was it that you said? This is a bad case for Bitcoin and crypto, man. I think it's way worse for crypto. Weekly triple bottom. Sure, weekly triple bottom. Okay, yeah. Daily harmonic. Yeah, it's like inverse head and shoulders almost. I mean, I get it. It's triple bottom because the left shoulder was equal to the head almost, but you can just see it looks very pretty. The triple bottom with some accumulation. Signature. Yeah, dude. That's too pretty. Okay. That's kind of concerning. That's like, oh my God, hey, guess what? Crypto winter. This implies crypto winter. You know what's crazy about it, dude? How in the world do we have U-shaped volume on the weekly? The pattern concludes its development, the volume increases. Wow. This is a terrible look for crypto, man. I mean, this is the worst thing. You don't want this in your life because they're breaking resistance too, and at least some support resistance. Look, dude, this high from 2021, they breached it. If they take out these last levels, then it's a 7+%. And dude, you're going back to October 2023 when Bitcoin was in the what, $25,000-$30,000. So that just means like it's probably the lion's share of the losses are going to be in more of the altcoins than Bitcoin, because Bitcoin will probably be in the 70s by the time, if this was to go to the 7 percentile where it was in 2023. It's like I think Bitcoin's at least 74, 76, 78K. And that's just like, what? If Bitcoin was in the 30s in October, 20s, 30s in October or 2023, and it's back here and it's in the 70s, that means that's testament to how awful crypto is collectively. Not Bitcoin, but crypto. My God, man. It is too pretty, isn't it? It's beautiful. I almost still want to call it an inverse head and shoulders because it is a low and a slightly lower low. Like, it is proportionate and symmetrical. It's very pretty. So, whatever you want to say. Go me. Dealer's choice. I mean, jeez. Coke too strong. It's almost like they're turning it into a big ascending triangle. Crazy, man. Yeah, Coke and McDonald's, they're never gonna let those dump, and those are part of the consumer discretionary where everything else is crashing, dumping down stupid amounts. Let me see here. Let me see what I can. If I could just find something. Jeez. Give me a sec. Oh no, we're screwed. We're screwed, chat. We're legit screwed. Overall, I think we might be completely screwed. Okay, so the SJ&K, which is the State Street Bloomberg short-term high-yield bond ETF. This has called the top 2 times since I've been looking at it. 2 times. And now, looking at this again, I'm glad you asked me the dealer's choice because I probably wouldn't have looked and seen this. Very scared. Very scared now. Because if you were a member of this community, in November 2021, we looked at this, and it was the scariest thing ever. It was like, it's over, dude. It's a complex head and shoulders. They broke it, lower high, below the 200. The 10-month bear market started right here in 2021. 10 months. And then recently, I had identified this before the crash. And you know, the index funds were giving us great signals anyway, like the bearish harmonics, the extension patterns, and the type 2 plus returns. It was very nice bearish divergence. But this right here, the classic distribution at this 2564. Look, dude, this is not a joke. This is not my opinion. This is a real level. Look, from 2018, that swing low. From, look, 2016, swing low, recaptured. Look, swing low, spring back test, 2024 higher. Swing low, swing high. Okay, that was it. And now here we are again. They V-shaped it to go test it again. And now look at us. Look what we're doing. It's the same effing picture. Oh my God, it's classic distribution, dude. Like literally, once such a lack of demand, the buyers were unable to go test that level again. And now look, another lower high. You gotta be kidding me, dude. Oh my, dude, it's disgusting. That is so gross. All it is rivaling the high from February. It never made a higher high than from November of last year, nor September of last year. Good. Below the 200-day moving average again. Dude, we might be so effed here because this chart is literally called the top 2 times. Is it about to do it again? It probably called it other times. I never even tracked it in 2020 to be real. But this looked like you were downtrending already, and there's lower highs, all these lower highs, and then the COVID crash happened, and it's like, wow, it looked terrible. Like classic distribution was going on, and a downtrend already before the crash. So, but again, I didn't really start tracking this thing until someone maybe requested it or something. I don't know. I became aware of its existence kind of in 2021, and then that was it. So here we are again, and really scary shape here on this chart. So. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not going to be at the top. We're all good. But that's gross, dude. That's the grossest thing you could imagine. Wow. Look what it, I mean, all it means is this lower high than this, but like 886, 90+% retrace from the high to low. Below 2564, it's over. Screwed. Now, you recapture 2564, we might be okay. But nah, not now. Dude. That's all I can tell you, dude. Wow. Michael Burry, Peter Thiel, they might be spot on looking at this thing. Yeah, what do y'all think? Jetty already said, it is the State Street Bloomberg short-term high-yield bond ETF. And for some reason, it is called TOPS very well, and it's doing toppy stuff. Top for the index funds, the whole markets. Yeah, I wish we could invert the chart here on this, man. flip the chart over. Oh my God, we're about to be kings, man. Think about like a big M shape, kinda 886 from this low to high. About to break out. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's already kind of broken out. Look at this level. It's already broken right here. Like the 2023 peak, or I guess valley and inverted world.
Japan killing the global money printer.
Yeah. It's the, look at this, JPY 10-year yield. Wait, JP10Y. Look at this, chat. Yep. Down, it's up almost 2% today. This is the highest level since 2008. Highest level since June of 2008. I have an alert, but it's pretty far off. This is a very, very troubling chart. And this is probably adding insult to injury of what we just looked at on the short-term bond yield ETF on Bloomberg. Or Bloomberg, or was it the other one? I don't know. Oh, State Street, sorry. Yeah, dude. This is the chart. The very, very concerning chart. Kind of melting up here. I mean, we could, you could plot a channel, dude. I could go log scale and probably make this thing look real pretty. Oh my God. Pretty, by the way. Yeah, that's insane. I don't need to do this at all. In no way do I need to do this. I don't even think I can, actually. I could do 1 and 2 there. I don't think anything really. Maybe that works, where you're just testing the heart line. You're staying above the heart line. And eventually it will run to overbought again. I don't know. Like, it's insane. Yeah, we got problems, dude. Major problems. And what, US dollar tether dominance looks so good. Bond yield ETF looks like it's going to collapse, which is called the top for the equities markets. Yeah, I'm concerned. Set up your alerts, chat. Get your JP10Y ticker. Set up the alerts on your side. Jeez, dude. Retail investors lost an estimated 17 billion. Oh yeah, no, it's over that. It's what John Smith. That report was from like 3 weeks ago. I saw that. You're definitely over $20+ billion of any digital asset treasury company for sure. But dude, Dylan LeClaire's on the board, bro. Dude, it's Dylan LeClaire, man. He was like the glass coin Bitcoin bro on Twitter. Come on. Metaplanet. Scam. Once again, oh my God, it's like a record. Every day, lowest level. No, this is the lowest daily candle close confirmed on Metaplanet. My God, since actually March. Yeah, I remember that guy, Dylan LeClaire. Like, he sold his soul to get involved with a Bitcoin treasure. It was a failed company, a Japanese failed, I think, real estate and some other garbage. And yeah, he sold his soul to begin promoting it, and then got on the board. And it was a pump and dump. Dude, long term. You got to think long term, dude. I'm looking at the chart, man. Long-term good investments do Walmart. They pull Walmarts. They only make higher highs, higher lows since the 1970s. This is not Walmart. This is scam. No one's yelling bear market, and we are screwed. All I'm doing is telling you SB Wildlife. Like, I tried to break it down for you the best I could. Okay, that SJ and K chart. I'm just telling you. Like, I remember vividly looking at this chart in February 2025 and being like, oh my God. And I remember back in 2021 looking at this and being like, oh my God, these bearish technical structures look like whatever this asset is going to collapse, which meant the equities market was going to collapse. It ended up collapsing too. So now I'm just looking at it again and saying the exact same type of terrible is ongoing here. And it virtually looks like it's about to collapse again. So I'm not saying the equities market or crypto is going to collapse. I'm saying this chart looks like it, but for some reason, this chart has been the end-all be-all for dumps on the other markets too, because it's a short-term high-yield bond ETF. It's kind of scary, man. So I'm not saying bear market, we're screwed. I'm saying this chart looks like it's screwed. I'd probably just be short on this thing, man. Just be short on the SJNK, right? 886, high to low, the deep retrace after a V shape and lower high. And now it's confirmed. Like, you're almost like, okay, dude, for real? It's like this. Oh, yeah, I've seen this episode before. It's like Head and Shoulders. Oh, it's like complex. Are you kidding me, dude? They're complexing it. Complex. The higher highs and all of a sudden lower highs. You know what it really is? It's more like a right-angled and ascending broadening formation, which is also a bear structure with a partial rise, I believe. So we just look at it like this kind of bearish pattern. Bearish pattern. See the horizontal line support? It's perfect, man. Oh my God, dude. You see this? Call up Bulkowski. Call Thomas Bulkowski, man. I mean, it's already partial rise right here. This is the partial rise. And this is the confirmation of the partial rise. And they bounced it, but it's just another pathetic lower high last points of supply stuff. And yeah, you've like virtually broken down. Like today. You're below the 200-day simple moving average as well. And again, you're below this 25-30 level. Very, very bad spot here. I mean, this like if this is real, I mean, this is like a 70+% chance of negative resolution in time. And it's great context where the structure developed. Remember, 88+% retrace where you're looking for patterns to develop. You got it all, man. You got all the makings of a bearish velocity athlete. SGNK. Yeah, McDonald's has too many applicants, right? Record, Surge, and McDonald's applicants. Well, you know, I've got some pull at McDonald's because I've been working there a while, and Walmart. So I'll put in a good word for y'all if you need me to. Just DM me. Let me know. But my God, what a summer it was. What a good time it was to make money like crazy. It was such a good time. And last year was great too. I mean, the past 2 years, for the most part, were incredible opportunities to make some money, to increase your portfolio. But as it stands now, it's just getting kind of risky. Everything's high up. There's no value. A lot of bubbles are unwinding under the hood. You'd have to look for to see. Again, consumer discretionary, quantum computing. I think nuclear, some of that is unwinding. Emerging new technological advancement arguments, those bubbles are unwinding. Small caps are dumping. So anyway, all right, we've been live now for a while. Live for almost an hour and 40 minutes. If you're enjoying the stream, please hit the like button and build this up. I haven't even said that one time today. So our likes are probably like really bad, really low. So yeah, go ahead and do that. I mean, we had a lot of likes yesterday, good viewership and all that. I think probably yesterday was way better viewership, but typically is on a Sunday evening. And this was a good early stream. Yeah, so just be careful out there, man. There's some flashing signals that I'm not saying the market's going low. I'm not making calls, dude. I don't ever try to act like I know. I'm just saying we're looking at technical structures. We have studied for me, going on 17 years. Hold on a sec. Gosh dang it. Hold on. Just looking at structures, correlating negatively to key levels, and that is representative of the psychology of the buyers and the sellers. It's indicating right now sellers have some sort of edge on the market. And there's evidence of a lack of demand. That's when buyers are unable to go test levels they just tested. Yeah. I mean, and no one in the world is going to be live on a stream and be talking about the SJNK and what it meant before, the last 2 times, and what it's doing right now. I mean, that is serious stuff, man. it's like, it's okay to be risk averse, man. It's okay. It's okay to just be like, all right, man, maybe I'm not going to take a 2-time levered long ETF on anything right now for a while. That's okay to have that mentality. Okay, so go back to Bitcoin for a minute. Bitcoin's gone red on the 4-hour. Dude, who sold, chat? You figure we'd be running out of sellers, but I don't know, man. Michael Saylor just keeps buying, and he keeps friggin' buying, and there's just always people there to sell to him. They're OGs, though. There's a chart I saw. It shows that the OG Bitcoin holders from a long time ago are selling in mass more than they ever have by far. It's not even close. Around the 100K mark, they're just dumping, offloading so much of their Bitcoin. So yeah, that's it. That's who's selling. People who haven't sold since they bought Bitcoin back in like 2012 and 11, 14. They've been selling. Don't be fooled. They have. That's okay. That doesn't mean Bitcoin's dead or we're going to zero or anything. I'm just saying, right? Like we know they're selling. We just hope, man. All I'm saying is like we're at a level now where it's like, okay, the same type of thing happened. Like November 4th, you hit a key level. No one could argue with the validity of that area as being real. But they defended it for 4 days in a row, and then they ran it to the next resistance. And now we're at that exact same spot on Bitcoin, just the next level lower. You're just right here. You're testing death. This is where you were intraday at one point, November 4th, 5th, and 7th, right? It was like, oh, it's over. We're screwed, but you haven't really broken it yet. And even if you fell below it, you'd have to close the day below it and then catch follow through with bearish back test, because bearish, false bearish breakdowns can happen they do happen all the time. So you can see, like when you hit levels, it's like, do traders settle up below it? Look, they hold it, and then a rally ensues off of that swing low. So we're just right at that point where it looks like it's screwed right now, but they could hold on to this thing and bear market rally it, and then roll it over later to retest. So, yeah, man, not a great spot. I'll just be real. U.S. dollar tether dominance is looks too freaking strong, man. It's crazy. Oh, we have a lot of OGs in here, man. A lot of y'all have been watching since the beginning. Since I started, we're getting close to 8 years now. Can you believe that? 8 years of live streaming market analysis? Crazy, dude. Like, time just flies. Yeah, squirrel. I mean, it has been. It's been wonderful. Especially like Solana. It's been great, dude. You're at the harmonic optimum price, which again is the threshold of this wave structure. To go any lower invalidates its chance of existing. So you're at a key support. But okay, I get it. A relief rally could make tons of sense here because relief rallies have come in here many different times. So like, okay, you can't be surprised if some sort of bear market rally occurs on Sol around this level. Even a little lower, they bounce it. Okay, but dude, again, the monthly makes you say, I don't even care. I don't give a crap if we get a rally soon. Because you're just staring in the face of like the largest head and shoulders probably that exists on all markets right now. A 500+ day large potential head and shoulders, and they are approaching the neckline, confirmation line of the structure, this mega size structure again. And remember, this thing is down over 30% in 2 weeks. And I think it going to 60 would be cleansing. I think it would be good for crypto. Understand this asset was the culprit of so much pain and despair and evil and fraud even our president committed fraud on this platform, Solana. That's why I would be pleased if we saw $60 or lower Solana. I think you would be too. If you have integrity, you would be down with it too. Knowing what they did. Hawk to a girl. Bro, screw these people. Like, anyone with any sort of clout or platform could pull a rug pull, could create a rug pull on people that trust them. Anyone can do it. It's like the One Ring. You have it. Are you going to wield it or just put it on your neck? And it says a lot about someone who has a platform, like who has a YouTube or a Twitter or a public figure, with any regard. It says a lot about a person if they didn't do it. At the height, all these peaks represented forms of mania, euphoria. This is the tops. This is exactly where the biggest amount of fraud was, the highest form of temptation for a public figure to screw their viewing audience or their followers over. And so I think it says a lot about a person if they didn't do it, no matter what the market conditions were. And I'm proud of myself. I never even thought about it. Oh yeah, I could create a crypto. Dude, respect the TA coin. Mid-trade TA coin. Dude, people would have bought it. I could have rug pulled. I could have destroyed people. Why would I ever do that? Goes against everything I've stood for since I started streaming. So I'm just saying, I think everyone in here that has integrity would be completely down with the $60 or less Solana. And then we could get down to some 886 levels, right? From a low to a high, get to $39. Man, that might be a good M shape, a good shark or Gartley pattern could develop down here, and we can start reassessing a value position. Deep value. It's just crazy, man. These peaks represented the highest forms of temptation. Like, you know what, Frodo, the closer he got to Mordor, the heavier the ring got. The higher we got to local tops, the higher the level of temptation was for anyone with a platform to screw over their following. It was, and then many succumbed to it. Most succumbed to it. Anyway, so good luck. You know, like, it might relief rally here because Bitcoin's at support, but good luck. It'll be a rally, and it might even be nice, and it could be a short squeeze, and people could get wrecked trying to short because it's at support now. But it's gonna probably be a lower high than 172. Definitely gonna be a lower high than 190, 198. It'll end up concluding and going way lower. So. You would have diamond-handed mid-trade TA coin? Dude. No. If you would have diamond-handed mid-trade TA coin, it would have rug pulled you. You'd have been screwed. It's like I would have used the mid-trade TA coin in a way that was for good in the world, but in the way of wielding it, it would destroy me and you. So, no, I'm good, man. Zero-sum game. Negative-sum game, really. Foundation, yeah, but the people on the pump fund exchanges, the Solana scam coins, it was 99.9% of people lost. In fact, really the only people that made money creating those scams, they made their money via trading the fees. Like their followers would buy the scam, and there was like normally some fraudulent form of fee, like a 10% fee to buy. Like what? And that's how the Hawk Tour girl made her money, from trading. All of them made their money that way. Trump, I mean, they made millions of dollars on the first day just in trading fees. Good relief rally target on what, Echo? What asset are you talking about? Solana? Are you talking about Ethereum? Are you talking about Bitcoin? It's very simple, right? You should know. What's a good Bitcoin relief rally target? I mean, it's just like this. Like say like it didn't capitulate, which they could take it to the bottom of this channel. You know, the bottom of the channel is 88.6, which there's no support here, so it's very, well, maybe there is. Maybe there's like this one little manufactured high from March that would be confluent with the oversold threshold of this downtrend. So maybe 88.7, but if they held it here and say, dude, oh my God, they're pumping it. Best you could do is probably, I think it would be a perfect retest to 99.3. They could even overshoot it too, but then from there, probably lower. Like that's just like we saw earlier this month. They broke support, confirmed momentum shift into the hands of the sellers for real, bearish back test, and then rolled over. If they held here somehow, which they could, they take it to 99.3, formally regard the support as resistance, and then it rolls over again, the new lower lows, whatever. That would be to the extent of it. If they took it higher, they could take it to like 103 for a supply line test of the downtrend. And that's it, man. No, he didn't trade, Squirrel. He lost. Okay, no one won doing that crap. No one. Nope. Only the people that created the fraud coins that made money on the fees. Right shoulder Bitcoin weekly. I don't know about that, man. It's a double top confirmed that's on its way to the measured move. Right, like here's your measured move, the double top. There's your move of the breakdown. They hit it. We've officially hit a double top measured move right there. I mean, it's right in line with 91.5 anyway. So Jesus chimes chat. The double tap. What are you talking about double tap? Man bun double top was literally unironically correct this time. Double tap. 15% drawdown. $16,000. My God, man. We did it. So good performance of the double top. I don't see a head and shoulders, man. None at all. I just see it's just like 2021, man. Like it literally is. It's like not identical because the extension was much greater. Like it was a was it a 1618? It was a 1414 from this high point to low point, 1414 fib extension where they topped it out at. But down here, it was like a 113% retrace. You didn't quite get to even a 1272 from this high point to low point. So, and then up here, they even gave you the luxurious confirmation high, which they didn't really do in November. Kind of they did, but it was on the daily or lesser time scales. But they gave us a weekly confirmation up here, and it was not just that. This was so concerning. Like it was just, oh God, bearish divergence on both oscillators. And now, again, if you don't know, the highest level of negative momentum on Bitcoin's weekly chart since June of 2021. Well, that 3.5 years, 3.5 year lows on relative strength. My God. Yeah, this fib extension's real as F, huh? But it was the monthly cut with Hendel measured move. Remember? Oh, it was so dreamy. Look at that. You can't even believe it. Perfect. 3 months out of 4 they tested and failed, and now look at us on the monthly. Okay, look at this monthly. My God, first level of negative momentum building since June of 2023. So we're talking about over 2 years since we've seen negative momentum on Bitcoin's monthly histogram. And my God, you want to see some scary ass, dude? Talk about bearish divergence on the effing monthly. Oh, God. It's like triple bearish divergence in a way. I mean, just 1, 2, 3. So the weekly and the monthly were showing bearish divergence. Indubitably. And you've lost 60, lowest monthly reading on the RSI since October 2023. Yeah, man, that'll do it. Jeez. Losing the bullish control zone for the first time since December of 2023. Wow. It's gross, dude. It's gross. My God, where is it, dude?
Very bad, boys. Very bad.
But yeah, again, you're just right at this threshold. You're at a support right now, and it's like, if it held, can you be surprised? No. If it collapses here, it's going to be really nasty. It's going to be me randomly going live, and like altcoins are back down 10+% or more.
At Squirrel of Crypto Street super chatted $62.87. Thanks for the coverage in good and bad times. Heart emoji.
Oh, wow. Holy crap. Squirrel of Crypto Street, man. Thanks so much for the 62 in change super chat. Yeah, dude. Good times, bad times. I mean, like, it's bearish TA respect right now, you know? I've loved the way the price action has correlated so wonderfully to these levels from history, like that we've had plotted out for a year plus now. It's wonderful. How cool was it, right? Like, if you remember this community and you watch the streams, how cool was it that we began identifying this bearish wave structure and what was already maybe a bearish trend at this point? I mean, we had identified it up here. It was like, dang, dude, this is real bad. It's a bearish wave structure in the making. I mean, down here, kind of like 1618, and now we're beyond that at the 192, the harmonic optimum price, the max threshold of this wave structure. I mean, that was cool on Ethereum and Solana. And then with XRP, it was even more cool because like short setup, confirmation high, and they rolled over immediately target 1, and now you're going for target 2, 190, 196. So yeah, the bearish TA have been real good. Real good bearish TA. I mean, everything's been in line, right? The trend has been your friend as a bear. The lower highs, lower lows. After liquidation event, for sure. And then the structures were good. And then the bearish price action correlation to key levels, real good. Signs of weakness, real good. Performing well, being reliable. Fable, I don't know why you were loaded as F on. If you were loaded as F on alts, that means you do not watch this stream at all. Like, in no way. Like, I think if you watch this stream, I'm pretty sure you had a good understanding of what has been going on. Even October 10th. CZ has literally killed crypto. He killed it. And look at us now. The trend is bearish. Lower highs, lower lows. Yeah, you got some pretty nasty drawdowns today, man. How's Tezos doing? Remember Tezos? Get ready, dude. Get ready for 37 cents eventually, man. They already did that on the scam day, but send it lower. Lows of day. Cardano is one of the worst. Still just sitting at support, waiting for it to break, and once it breaks, it's going way lower. What about DOT? You're getting a DOT, bro. Dude, DOT's terrible. DOT, we're just waiting on $2. And it's probably going to be $2 too expensive at that point. The lowest high in the history of DOT coin was put in just recently, like a week ago. Algorand, dude, you're getting an Algorand. Dude, no thanks, man. You lose 16.69 cents, I got nothing for you. I mean, 14 cents, you lose 14, you go to 9, 10 cents. You're going to go retest these liquidation lows, probably on all of them at some point. Dude, Litecoin was going to be, it's screwed. This is so screwed, dude. I mean, like, this is the worst price action you could ever dream of, chat. On an asset that, like, was looking pretty good on the monthly, not up thrust or top. Yeah, that's an up thrust. This is a back test of up thrust. They're putting in, and you're below the 200 moving average. Like, Litecoin is setting up for a test of $84 again, but I'm thinking you're going to see $66 in the future on Litecoin due to this price action we're getting. Everything's bad now. That everything changed October 10th on Litecoin. That's what I'm saying. CZ literally killed Litecoin. He killed it. He killed the trend. He killed any sort of optimism or chance for Litecoin to ever break 150 and go to 184 anytime soon. Now we have evidence that 84 is on deck, 76, 66 is probably your big target. If you lose 66, my God, just give it up. It's all over. I mean, you go to $50. So this is the worst thing you could ever dream of. Stop loss above 111 short and just let it dump to wherever it's going to dump to, because that is trend reversal. It's over for Litecoin for now, until new data comes in to change the argument, to invalidate the argument, and that'd be prices above 110 really. So Shiba down. Oh, dude, look at this. Shiba going for its lowest daily candle close since December of 2023. We're just waiting on 766, 713, 69. Just waiting, dude. Look at this beautiful TA respect on the bearish side. Look, dude, support from April. Support. Shoot, dude. Resistance. Rolling over. New lows. You got to admire that. You got to love the bear. And then right here, what was that? That old support resistance zone from October 7th. They tested it perfectly, and the 200 moving average. The T8 respect on the bearish side has been perfect on a lot of these, man. Gotta love it. Yeah, dude, Eric Trump. He did it again, didn't he, man? Didn't he tweet something about crypto and recently buy cryptos, and they are murdered since that tweet? Anyone got it? Crazy. What's up, Jars, dude? Yep, so everything's at Solana's at support. Ethereum's at support. Bitcoin's at support. XRP's not at support. Still way more downside for 196. BNB's not at support really. So your bigger one, I mean, not all of them. I guess 3 of the big ones are at supports and just hanging on by a thread, just like we saw in November, early November. Just like we saw hanging on by a thread October 17th and the 30th, you know, that other support. You're just hanging on by a thread, and here we are again. It's a rerun. Same S, different support. KRE, regional bank stocks. Did it dump? Oh, yeah, dude, you're screwed. You're screwed. Confirm top. Look at this. Look at this local price action, bro. Oh, my God. Oh, look at this. Look at that. What a perfect little shooting doji star. Oh, wow. On a confirmation high. And that's the follow through candle on the 13th. And look at the drawdown today. Yeah, dude. It's so bad because like 66 was tested as resistance. Man, this is where the pukage happened. It's almost like a weak head and shoulders. Your neckline you haven't tested. I would say if you had a neckline, it was going to be right here at 58. See that? It was like a left shoulder, head, weak right shoulder, below the 200 moving average. To lose that, yeah, you know what it is, right? In the making, this is what it is. It's a shark in the making. And guess what? The shark, 886, lined up with support resistance. Lots of support there. That's TA Tetris. So that's probably your target eventually on KRE. Yep, be perfect. 886, 200%, 192, really. It's Fibonacci. So there you have it. You got a potential head and shoulders, a strong head and shoulders, because when the right shoulder is lower than the left shoulder, it represents a lack of demand from buyers. And you've confirmed a lack of demand with a local one high and a second high. It's discernible. So that to me looks like it's game over. And think about this on KRE. They took this thing up, deep retrace. Maybe not an 886, but very close. Definitely a 78% retrace. Almost an 88% retrace from the high point to low point. They ran it up in between the 786, 886. It was an 8 an 87% retrace, you know, and it's topped out, and it hit resistance at the same time. So good luck, KRE regional banking bros. It does look really bad here, like terrible. Wow. Just have your alerts set up because the again, the confirmation line is like right at like 57.80. I got an alert at 57.70. Hear that beep? You're breaking the low, and that's a bad action magnet move, which is breaking the potential B point of that M shape I showed you, the pattern completion zones down at like 50. And it's a phenomenon that occurs when you break the bad action magnet move, the B point. There's a high probability of seeing a 78 and 88% retrace from there. So yeah, that's on deck. Probably going for a test in the coming days. Very ugly. Dude, 5-year bonk chart, bro. Yeah, man. 5-year bonk chart. It's going to change the world. It is the future. All right, well, I've expended all my energy today discussing these assets, okay, chat, so I'll leave y'all to it. I wish we were here under better circumstances, but we had those times, chat. If you remember, we had it. We got to play the Hayes song 5, 6, 7 times this year. That's it, though. But there was no extended all-time high. It was all-time high for a day or two in a 10% plus correction. And now, from the most recent all-time high, Bitcoin is currently down 28% in 42 days. All right, well, it's been fun. Thank you so much for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. It's free to join. There's an educational resources tab. So if you're like wanting to learn more about technical analysis and risk management and everything I try to teach here, it's a broad language, man. Lots of jargon and terms. And it requires you investing in yourself to learn this stuff. And so like in our Discord, there is a free educational resources tab with just the source material. Like, hey, where should I go to learn stuff? It's just like the source, like that book, this is what you should get. No affiliate marketing links, nothing like that. It's just a resource for you to take advantage of to begin your journey or to continue and hone your journey. So join the Discord if you haven't. Active community, lots of like-minded individuals. We all care about this stuff. Your normie friends don't care like we do. So it's been fun, and this live stream will continue. The conversation will continue in the Discord when this live stream ends, which is right now. So until next time, respect the T. Hey.